Hi everyone, it's Terence here from MessageForce, and today I'm just going to be showing you how Cerebros works, at least a real introduction level of what Cerebros is. If you haven't seen any other videos on how you can optimize your site, you might want to take the chance to have a look around it. But today's video is really just to go over this first page, which you probably see on the screen right now. It's a summary page, so whenever you click on this summary tab, and it's also the first page that you'll see once your site's activated. What I've got here is a premium account. So I've got a fake account, of course. I'm pretending to be the site owner of this website here, markgray.com.au. Markgray.com.au is a photography site, so I'm going to be, since I'm using this site as the example, I'm going to tout their products and services. I have no relationships with markgray.com.au, so I'm just using this as an example to show beautiful photos and the work that they've been doing. But you know, it's a photography business. It looks like it's a fine art landscape photography business, so they might not do wedding photography or anything like that, but you know, this is what they're about. Anyway, not so much about them, more about us. Let's talk about Cerebros and how I'm pretending to be Mark Gray and how Mark Gray might use Cerebros for themselves. So what I've done is, once you've gone through the setup process, you can add any website to any account, and that's this one here as well, and at the same token you can put in competitor sites. So what I'm doing is I'm pretending that Mark Gray is a wedding video business or a wedding photography business, and they're up against potentially this site and this site and this site and this site for first page positions on photography. Once you've added the sites in on a regular basis, on a premium account anyway, it scans it every day. I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head how often it'll scan it for the free accounts. I think the free accounts do it once a week. But effectively we can scan and get basic information about the site, so what the page rank is, how many backlinks that site's getting, the Alexa rank, which is a common measurement for how much traffic that site's getting, and it just gives you, you know, a quick little snapshot up here on all the different competitors and how your site might be performing, if you know how your site might be performing against the rest. From here you can see that, you know, this is the Google page rank, so we didn't write Google here, but you can fairly assume that whenever you see page rank, it's the page rank system from Google. You can see that Mark Gray's got a page rank 4 site, whereas compared to photography.com.au, which has got a page rank 3. It's got much better traffic than most of the other sites, except for McKay photography.com.au, which seems to have slightly better traffic than what they have. You'll also notice that there seems to be not a lot of correlation between the actual number of backlinks and the page rank and the Alexa rank. These are three very separate measurements, and they're only guides. You can't use a backlink count as the be-all and end-all on how you might get a site ranked and number one, and you know, neither can you use the Alexa ranking or page rank. Just because you have the highest page rank doesn't mean you're going to get the best rankings. In fact, in the following table down here, you can see the three different search engines: Google in AU, which is Australia, Yahoo in Australia, and Bing in Australia. This is the three search engines that we've activated for McKay, and you can see McKay's, the search terms we've loaded on is for photography Melbourne photographer, and so on and so forth. So this here on this left column are all the search terms we're going to be tracking for this account. And it says that the site markgray.com.au is found in position 4 for the keyword photography, and that it is this URL that was discovered on google.com.au. So on google.com.au, if you search photography, you'll find markgray.com.au is on position 4. In fact, let's give that a go to make sure that I'm not telling lies. Photography, here we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Photography, search. It's a problem with Google Instant. 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are. Mark Gray. So that's how we might do it. This is basically doing a regular check. It shows you how often this check is happening. I think it tells you, yeah, well, that's here. The last refresh date, which was 25th of May 2011, which was yesterday. It did refresh for these positions. You can then, of course, track the history of how well it's been doing over time, where it used to be, and so on and so forth. I'll come back to this in a moment. More importantly, you can just look at, you can see how your site is doing in comparison to say Nick Rains, photography.com.au, McKay, and Posh Photos. So it looks like it's the best ranked site for the keyword photography when you compare it against these competitor sites, and that there has been no change in the position. We've had a drop in Melbourne Photographer. So the last time we recorded ourselves, we were in position 154, which would work out to be sort of midway through page 16, and that's been a drop since the last time we measured it of 4 places to a position 159, which would be at the bottom of page 16. And of course, Nick Rains is not found on that search term, nor is photography.com.au, nor is McKay, nor is Posh Photos. Now this snapshot here is particularly useful because you can see where McKay is doing really well. So McKay is mckayphotography.com.au, this one up here. You can see that they're doing really well on wedding photographer, wedding photography, wedding photos, and wedding photo. So if that's an important, those are important search terms for you to target. The smart thing, the reason why we have this is it allows you to look at McKay and work out the sort of things you might want to implement on your site to help you boost your relevance to these sort of search terms. This is really just a bit of a snapshot. Again, you get the same sort of facility out of the Yahoo page. I'm looking at Yahoo now, and it shows you the same sort of snapshot. Again, McKay is a very solid performer for wedding photographer, wedding photography, wedding photos, and wedding album in Yahoo, and that's McKay that's doing really well. And Posh Photos is doing quite well as well, with some all page 1 positions here except for that one. And likewise with Bing, you can see that McKay and Posh Photos are doing really well in that space, and there's significant room for improvement in comparison to those two sites. There's significant room for improvements for Mark Gray. So let's look at Mark Gray. If we looked at Mark Gray at the top here, you can see that compared to McKay, they have a stronger backlink count. Traffic's better than Mark Gray, even though the page rank doesn't reflect it. Page rank is probably one of the most deceptive stats to measure your site by. It's here because almost every SEO person refers to it. We prefer to use MessageForce Vector. It's our own calculation on that explains the strength of an URL a lot more than what PageRank would give, or Alexa or backlink count would give. So we've got much better ways of measuring that. It's within the tool section, which I'll cover in a different video. But MessageForce Vector gives a much better accuracy when you're trying to measure overall strength of the link profile. But yeah, so this is the basic page, the summary page, which you'd get to track your positions against your competitors. It's all free within Cerebros. You get all this facility for free with Cerebros, even at the free account level. So yes, when you start up, make sure you put in all the competitors you want. Make sure you load up as many keywords as you want to track so that you get an accurate picture of the landscape that you're competing in. Can't think of a lot more to show you. Oh, that's right, I was going to show you just really quickly about the position history. You can see over time where your site might be, which is this blue line. I think that's right under there. And then of course photography.com.au, so that line there. And you can see this blue line, this blue line that's gone up and down here is McKay Photography. And and it doesn't have a very long search history because this is a fake account that I only set up recently just to demonstrate how this section works, and it shows you the ranking history for photography on Google Australia. Yes, but again, this is all standard sort of functionality that Cerebros has. So yeah, sign in and make sure you've loaded up your competitors and your keywords. The key difference again between the free accounts, the standard accounts, and the premium account would be how often they get refreshed, the number of keywords I think you can put on this. You can put on quite a few anyway. I just can't remember off the top of my head how many there are, and that might change from time to time, so I'm not going to commit to an answer here. And of course you can load up quite a number of competitor sites, and I think the premium account allows you to load up a few more, but that doesn't stop it from being effective even at the free level. This is a very effective sort of tracking tool. Alright, I think I've blabbed on enough. 11 minutes worth of tracking rankings is pretty good going. You guys have fun with this, and I'll see you on some of the other videos.